Hello everyone, we're back with more FF14. We got Midgard Summer on our other shoulder now. Look at that, he's bleeding into the king slime. Alright, sorry. So, our next quest is going to be called Promises Kept. And this is the first of patch 3.4. A new day dawns in Ishgard, and the House Forton Knight has tidings for you. Mistress Prentice! You are coming at a most excellent time. An invitation from a truly preeminent personage was delivered to the manor but a short while ago. Would that you had been present to receive it, but in any event, Sir Emmerich de Boral, Lord Speaker of the House of Lords, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, and Viscount of House Boral, cordially invites Mistress Prentice to dine with him at his estate. He's gonna hit on me again. You seem surprised. The messenger assured me that his lord had broached the subject with you at an earlier date, when the arrangements for the peace conference were still being finalized. Of course, the intervening moons afforded little opportunity for leisure, but with the happy advent of peace, 'tis plain that the Lord Commander sees no further cause to delay. What say you? I would, but I haven't the foggiest of what to wear. Any thoughts? You would ask me? Well, I am sure that as a personal friend of Sir Emmerich, you are at liberty to wear whatever you deem appropriate. That said, when in doubt, a man of note could do far worse than an alpine coat. At least, that is what Lord Amenelin has been heard to say. I assume the same holds true for ladies. But when you are ready, pay report to the Charlottecone. A man of House Boral will be waiting near there to escort you the rest of the way. No YouTube videos. Watch my earlier videos. Alright, so here's what we're gonna wear to Sir Emmerich, guys. We are, in fact, the game ruined my thing, but we're gonna wear the alpine coat. That's right, this is what we're gonna go see him at, and dressed like we're Count Edmund de Forton. I think it looks great. Do you think he'd be upset if I showed up in just the alpine coat, actually? Alright, we gotta do that. Okay, hang on. There you go. Greetings and well met, Mistress Prentice. I have the honor and privilege to serve as head steward of House Boral, though admittedly our staff is somewhat smaller than the house of other noble families, being countable on one hand. My lord will be overjoyed to hear that you have accepted his invitation. As you will soon see, we have spared no expense. I dare say a woman of action such as yourself enjoys nary a moment's respite. Aye, the battlefield beckons even now. I am sure, but for this day, we bid you lay down your burdens, raise a glass to peace and prosperity.
To think the Moogles would prove such harsh taskmasters. Forgive me. I did not know you had suffered so in your quest for the horn. I must say, your spirited accounts always come as a welcome change from the arid reports which fill my days. Though I have lived in these lands my entire life, to hear you speak of them, there is much and more I have yet to see. Truly, yours was a marvelous journey.
Though perhaps a bit long for my liking, why not join me on the next? It wasn't all sunshine and lemon cakes. Why not join me on the next? We could use another party member.
Well, truth be told, when I think back on the sweeping vistas of the churning mists, I do feel some slight pangs of wanderlust. Alas, much as I would like to accept your invitation, I fear my present duties with the House of Lords demand my undivided attention. Someday, perhaps. By your deeds, you have helped us to lay the foundation for lasting reform. The formation of the Republic is but the beginning, for it is not only our system of governance which must needs change. We, the people, must learn to let go of our hatreds and rise above our bloody past. I only pray that I live long enough to see us achieve some measure of success, that I might know the lost did not die in vain. I can still see you there on the steps of faith, striding fearlessly towards the worm. If you could do that, who are we to balk at the challenges ahead? The question of how best to strengthen ties with the other great nations of Eorzea has been debated at length in the Lords and Commons of late. As you may imagine, maintaining stability during this period of historic upheaval is our paramount concern. Nevertheless, we are greatly indebted to the Alliance for their support during the Grand Melee, and it would be remiss of us not to repay their faith in kind. Of course, we owe you the greatest debt of all, and it is my hope that in extending our support to you and the Scions, we might also express our gratitude to our neighbors, nay, our fellow Eorzeans, whom we pray you will continue to protect. The Lords and Commons agree on very little, but not a soul in either house begrudges your order this offer of patronage. For all you have done and will do, we thank you. May I ask a personal question? Now that the dust has settled, what will you do? Not as a scion, I mean, but what do you want for yourself?
Lord Commander, pray forgive the interruption.
News from House Xelphatol?
An urgent message for the Warrior of Light. I was instructed to deliver it without delay. Master Thancred returned to the manor a short time ago, bearing an injured maiden. Master Leveilleur and Mistress Tataru are tending to her wounds, but they like not her chances. Respectfully, my lord, they have requested the Warrior of Light's immediate presence.
You must go to them, my friend, and I shall go with you.
For every ending marks a new beginning. From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn, as did she. Only to be drawn unto another battlefield, another cause, as if by fate.
I'll get back on. Welcome, Mr. Splinter. Shall I show you inside the manor? Sure, now that you just watch me change, you perv. Well, I don't think it's fair to him to call him a perv since I, like, purposely changed in front of him.
Yes.
Is that...
Alize, Alphinaud's twin sister. She ran afoul of the Warriors of Darkness. I had been tracking them since the ceremony at Falcon's Nest. Little did I know I was not the only one. Evidently, she had learned of their activities and attempted to shadow them on her own. Poorly. I rescued her in the Twelveswood, and together we fled north. But though I made every effort to cover our tracks, they caught up with us on the Ishgardian border. And in the ensuing struggle, Alize took an arrow to the shoulder. 'Twas only after we had made good our escape that I realized it was poisoned.
Thank you for coming so quickly. And you, Sir Emmerich.
Think nothing of it. How is she?
We have done all we can for now. Although the immediate danger has passed, the poison yet lingers in her blood. We came to Eorzea together, hoping to bring salvation to the realm our grandfather gave his life to protect. But when confronted with the bitter realities of its politics and its petty powermongers, she was driven to anger and to doubt. She refused to become embroiled in what she termed Eorzea's squabbles and distance herself from the Scions. Though she remained hopeful of a brighter future, she would walk her own path. Would that it had not been so perilous. For all our differences, she's as dedicated as any scion to the salvation of Eorzea. But more than that, she is my sister. To be reunited with her, only to lose her forever. Gods, even to speak the words.
Take heart, Master Alphinaud. She will be attended by our most skilled chirurgeons. Bear Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary at once. Apprise Captain Whitecape of the situation, and inform him that she is to be treated as my personal charge.
Wait, don't go. Please, come closer. The Warriors of Darkness are in league with the Ascients. Slaughtering the Primals is but the first step in their plan. They make for Xelphatol to bring about Garuda's summoning and to kill her. You must stop them.
I shall inform the others at once.
Master Thancred, I would ask that you accompany Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary. Your knowledge of her injuries may well prove useful in determining her treatment.
Of course.
Well, 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 now that's someone we haven't seen before. Now, well, we have. We saw her briefly in A Realm Reborn, and then she kind of just disappeared from the story. Alice is in one of the side stories in A Realm Reborn, but we didn't do it yet. Surely they won't let her... Yes, I know. We must trust in Captain Whitecape and his Carusians. Did they not bring Estinian back from the very brink of death? I am uncomfortably reminded of how he mocked me for praying at his bedside for days on end. What say you, my friend? Shall we return our attention to a matter whose conclusion we yet have the power to influence? Alright, so let's see if we can get a meal here. Skill speed, tenacity. Let's go with this one. Shadows of the First. Okay. So the Warriors of Darkness and the Asians are conspiring to bring about Garuda's summoning, that they might put her to the sword. Then when we first encountered them in Lothas Nath, when they were confronting Ravana, gods, this has been going on for how long? What do you intend to do, Master Alphinaud? There is much more I do not understand, but I know this, a primal summoning cannot be ignored. Alice risked her life to uncover this plot, and we squander her gift at our peril. Mira, will you accompany me to Xelphatol to help me stop the Ixal's ritual? Given that Ishgard shares a border with the Ixali homeland, we have a vested interest in the outcome of this ritual. We have been willing to suffer the Beastman's intrusion into Coerthan lands to a point, but the summoning of a primal is an escalation we cannot abide. You shall have our fastest airship, Master Alphinaud. The mountains of Xelphatol are not easily traversed, and this endeavor demands all haste. The gesture is most appreciated, Sir Emmerich, but I fear an aerial approach is destined to fail. This is their homeland after all, and the Ixali dirigibles are not to be underestimated. No, experience tells me the only conceivable approach is by land. I believe we could be wiser to cross into Xelphatol by way of the mountain pass east of Camp Dragonhead. In that case, I shall send instructions for a contingent of the camp's knights to be placed at your disposal. They will secure you safe passage through the mountains and escort you thence to Xelphatol. Though my men are unqualified to confront a primal, they are more than capable of contending with the exile. We should be glad of their assistance, Lord Edmund. In the event Mistress Alice regains consciousness, we will share with you any additional information she may provide. May the Fury watch over you and keep you safe. Alright, so this patch, then let us be off. We can procure any additional supplies we require in Camp Dragonhead. So this patch starts off pretty quick. We immediately get met with Alice, who's been attacked by the Warriors of Darkness, and then we find out about Xelphatol. Now, we've kind of known about Xelphatol a little, in that I pointed it out to you guys when we flew by it earlier on in the playthrough, but now we're actually going to be going there, and I'll show you when we get there. Have you everything you require, then? Excellent. The entrance to the pass is north of Nautilin and due east of Camp Dragonhead. Though it is normally guarded by a score of Ixali warriors, I have been informed that the House of Forton Knights have already dispatched them. The enemy's gate lies open. We need but walk through. Alright, let's summon Bob Dole. And fly on over there. Okay. And this, oh, good job dispatching them, guys. There's two standing right there. Mr. Prentice, Master Alphinaud, as you can see, the gate is ours. Be advised that our scouts are reporting increased activity around the first mountain. Simply put, they're up to something, and don't want anyone interfering. We stand ready to escort you to Xelphatol and aid you as you see fit. The enemy will be thick on the ground. Upon arriving, let us advance with care as we search the site for the summoning ritual. If the gods are good, we should only have to contend with the Ixal, but if they are not, we may have to be forced to do battle with the Warriors of Darkness. Xelphatol, now accessible. Alright, so Xelphatol. Where is it? Forced to flee the Black Shroud for fear of the elementals and their boundless wrath, the Ixal settled the windswept mountains of Xelphatol more than 550 years ago. Since that day, they have labored tirelessly to eke out an existence in these harsh and unforgiving lands, slowly but surely expanding their dominion over the entire region. Yet the Ixal have never forgotten that which was once denied to them, and so they seek divine intervention once more. Summon Garuda and beseech her strike down their enemies. In the shadow of the first mountain, the ritual appears near completion, and only you and your comrades can hope to deliver the realm from destruction. That's right, we get to stop another group of Ixals from summoning Garuda. Hurrah. Okay, so we're going to be going with Knight, House Forton Knight, Banneret, another House Forton enemy, an NPC, and Alphinaud is going to be healing us. Alright, let's hop in. I like this dungeon. There's something I do every time I get this dungeon, and I'll show you guys when we get there. Oh yeah, this is another dungeon where you can have the rocks fall on you throughout the thing, and if the enemy gets hit by them, they actually get a debuff. Which makes them take more damage.
Away with you!
We actually don't have too much to do with the Ixal throughout the story, though, so it's always interesting when they just randomly pop up like this. Sometimes it's like, oh shit, we gotta do something with the Ixal. They just randomly remember that the Ixal are a thing. Oh right, we move both of them into it. Oh, smart. Then he just stood in that water. But didn't get hit by it because we actually killed him before he did. Oh, rock broke open the gate. So I keep hiding and breaking it because I have no reason to hide, but it does reset my my mudras. Unfortunately, he wasted my Doton by moving all but the squirmels, or the job out of it. Oh. It's upsetting that I have to fight a job. Alright. Moving on. There we go. Get all of those. It's a nice nice group of monsters for us to beat up now.
Away with
Get a
you!
lot of benefit from our AoE on a group of 5 enemies. What? Okay. Could have sworn I got both buttons right in there, but apparently not.
I have my
Well,
pride.
make a move to it. The failed bunny one. Okay, here we go, guys. Here's our first boss. Muzel Hurlock. He's floating on a little... He's got his own little personal little balloon that he floats on here. Where you going? Okay, so for this, we want to kill the floating turrets and the Ixali stitchers here. Okay, well they die really fast. And then you want to make sure you're in this wind around him, because he's going to knock us all up into the air, and we break his balloon. Ish. Kinda.
I have my pride.
He has his pride. So I purposely didn't use my, trick attack there, because I knew he was going to put those out. Oh, by the way, he's also using twin guns, like dual wielding pistols, which is hilarious. There he goes. Now, loot is Valkyrie's Ring of Casting and Valkyrie's Boots of Healing. Let me tell you guys, when I came through here the first time, I liked this dungeon. Like, it was a lot of fun. It was not a... I never found it to be a very hard dungeon. The second boss had some complications to it my first pull that people were not understanding. I may not understand them to this day. We'll find out. But I was not expecting to see a siege Gubu in here. Oh, look, there's spikes around the room now. Gubus are such weird enemies. I like them, but they're so silly. These fucking hulking muscle creatures with these tiny little legs and really long, sinewy arms. Hey there, Mr. Big Collar. Can you guys, like, not beat on my character, please? That'd be super. Someone put haze on himself.
Release!
Who did it? Anyway, I love Xelphatol. Like, it's just, like, we got like this inside city now to help protect them against the cold.
you.
The treasure coffers also look like eggs, which is interesting because they're like bird people. Hey, a bone key. Let's go grab this treasure. Valkyrie's Ring of Slaying. Another treasure coffer, look at that. Valkyrie's Choker of Slaying. Alright, let's grab the lift. Okay. So, guys, coming up is something I stop and look at every time we come here. And I point it out to other people because they almost never see them. But look. They got a cage here with little piggies in it. Look at them. Look how excited they are. They give them little hay beds and they run around. It's very cute. Dude's like right on the edge of the spikes. That goop was right in the spikes.
Away with you.
But they're killing it, so I'll just focus on this one. Anyway, I really like the little piggies. I assume they're kept for food more so than pets, but I don't know, maybe the XL like having pets. Alright, so this is the second boss. Notice the things in the room. The design of the room is very important. As you can see, there is a knockback.
Away with you.
And you want to get knocked into those because there's also spikes around the room. And Alphinaud's gonna go drop that in a terrible place. Alright, good job, Alphinaud. Generally speaking, you don't want to drop those. Oh, okay, never mind. It's not putting anything on the ground. Okay. Never mind. It's very hard to dodge that tank buster there because he actually increases the speed of it. Oh, okay, so he's just naturally putting them in front of it now. Alright, that's how they changed the fight. See, it limits which ones you can get knocked back into. Okay. I understand. That could have been bad. I almost walked right into Alphinaud like an idiot. And there you go. Anyway, the big problem back in the day is people would put those tornadoes in in front of these knockbacks, and then other people would still get knocked back into them, or they'd allow themselves to get knocked into the spikes. Now, they never did too much damage, but it was super annoying. Healers tended to dislike it, especially with the Tank Buster. At the time, I remember the Tank Buster was a pretty hefty one for a dungeon. Like, not the most dangerous one that we've ever seen in game, but it, at the time, for what it was pretty hefty. Oh, okay. Do we not have to kill the balloon anymore? We don't have to kill the balloon anymore. Okay, interesting. Sorry, I ran over to that balloon expecting to have to kill it, because, yeah, it used to leave and come back and keep bringing back troops until you killed it. Well, that's definitely new. Dropped an air stun. Valkyrie's ring up fending. These are very cool. I like these. That transport system. Could you imagine if they tried to utilize something like that in real life? Or just stand on this thin railing. Don't worry, it's perfectly safe.
Away with you!
Alright, so once again, we don't have to worry about the balloon, but there might be another one that comes over. Yeah, here comes the other one. Alright, there is two on this one. But like before, we actually never used to have to, or we used to have to kill both the balloons. I say kill, but destroy probably the more apt term. Valkyrie Shulker casting. Oh, these guys got fucked. Alright. Not much more left to this area, guys. We got that big area over there. Oops. Possible to say which one you should kill here. They both have some pretty interesting attacks. I was gonna stun Tornado, but unfortunately I clicked the wrong thing. Did too much about Ixali arrows there.
Away with you!
Can't stun this one this time because my stun is still on cooldown. But he only targeted one person with it, so. And Tornado's a little less scary in this game than it is in some of the other ones, like Final Fantasy IV. So something cool here, the weapon he's actually using is the weapon that you get for Black Mage from Garuda. So this is the final boss. see what side I'm supposed to go on now. Dim AoE, or dim AI. Ingurgitate? What the fuck is ingurgitate?
Away with you!
This guy's got quite a bit of HP. He's summoning Garuda. Upon sliver of her glory, we now call squad. He summoned Garuda, just a small piece of her ability, Kyle's, but my combo broke somehow. Not bad. He's casting Hawk.
For the House of Leveilleur!
I always thought it was pretty cool that they actually summoned Garuda in the fight, but it's just like a small, like, temporary cast. Like, she's not being fully summoned, but rather just invoked. Alright, I don't see us getting to LB2, so. Look at that. That's going off nowhere. The Lady of the Vortex? In our names, our lives we give. Alright. And we get the Valkyrie's Code of Scouting, which is actually a ninja gear. I'm curious what that looks like. Oh, interesting. I don't like it as much as my current one, but sure. Kind of like a Corsair almost. Okay, here we go.
So they were unable to see the ritual to its completion. Then Garuda is no longer a threat, and whatever the Ascians and the Warriors of Darkness were planning has come to naught. But we should not tarry. The knights have secured our path to safety.
Well, well. What do we have here? You'd better not have killed the Primal without us.
You!
Wait, I know you. Still walking, I see. I could have sworn my aim was true.
Just what is your game? Leading us a long way so these fools could step in and claim our prize?
Now, let's not make hasty accusations. By the look of things, the ritual was proceeding as planned. We arrived at the appointed hour. 'Twas they who erred.
It is hopeless. We cannot face them all.
Do mine ears deceive? A boy! So that's the way of it. Twins! You had me worried for a moment there. Know that I will happily make it quicker for you, if you just stand still.
Enough, Jarumal. We wouldn't want to upset the man in white with any unnecessary bloodshed now, would we? You've been awfully busy since we were kind enough to spare your lives.
While you were idly consorting with the Asians, you mean? 7 hells! What could you possibly hope to achieve?
Should I explain it to you? Very well. Consider it a reward of sorts for beating us here. You know the tale of Hydaelyn and Zodiac, I take it? Of the Great Sundering and the reflections it created?
Across 10 and 3 they were divided. Reflections of the source, each possessed of shards of light and dark.
Just so. One of those reflections, the one nearest to the source, is our home. And we were the heroes blessed with her light. But not all worlds hold light and dark in equal measure. In ours, the power of light was greater by far. So the Asians, who once threatened our home, were no match. And they fell before us, one after another, till none were left. Victory, we thought. And then came the light. A flood of pure, blinding radiance, annihilating shadow and color and life itself. Ere long, it will consume our world, leaving naught in its wake but blank perfection.
That cannot be. Do you honestly expect us to believe such a story?
Believe what you like. But it has happened before, on a world far removed from ours. The 13th, which was swallowed by the dark and transformed into what you call the Void. Unchallenged light would condemn us to a similar fate. And so we joined hands with our former enemies, and with their aid came here, to the source. For there is but one way to restore the balance and save our home. The Ardor. Calamitous destruction with the power to break down the barriers between planes and see our worlds rejoined.
You would doom our world to save your own? What would even become of us? Of you?
Enough. I tire of talking. You know our cause. You know what is at stake. We are prepared to do whatever it takes. Are you?
If there is aught you would say, say it. Otherwise, begone. You have no friends here.
So, what the Warrior of Darkness there was describing of a flood of light destroying their planet, that's actually the story, basically, of Final Fantasy III, which is what happened to the 13th shard. A flood of darkness came over, took over the planet, and it became the Void, as he said. In the verse, though, it's the reverse. It's light doing it. And that's what they're trying to stop by listening to the Ascians. Anyway, guys, join Chocobo for a boss fight. I'll be right back. We still got about an hour left to stream, so don't go anywhere.